Hello everybody and welcome back into Fantico Coliseum. The Toronto Wildhounds taking on the Sioux Greyhounds for the first of two meetings this year. Hounds required to win 6 of their remaining 8 to just scratch out a playoff spot. It doesn't get any harder than that. As the opening face-off controlled by the Greyhounds at center and a penalty coming to them early. The Toronto Wildhounds, who must win, are going to an early power play. Exactly what you want to see for this Wildhound lineup. They got to find a way to take advantage of this opportunity early. You cannot let it go to waste. Extra man on, power play set. It's their second game and their new alternates. The first one, they got pounded, so they're looking for a bounce back tonight to show these fans the new uniforms and what they can do in them. Sent out and down the ice. Thrower will go back to get it in his own zone. Hounds on the power play. Fast finds Ryan McCoy. Here goes McCoy with speed. Can't stop him forever. McCoy! He stopped this time. Here's Luke Cleaver to the goal. And this one is in! Off the post and in, and they're looking at it. Yes, it's a goal. It's signaled a goal. Well, we mentioned the Wildhounds needed to take advantage of this early power play. That's exactly what they just did as they grab an early 1-0 lead. The goal will be credited to Luke Cleaver. He had the last touch on the puck before it chipped off one of the Hounds and in. And it's sent back around, and here's Karki. It's the battle of the Hounds, the Greyhounds and the Wildhounds here tonight. Here's McDonald, Barker. He'll look in, center to the front. Allard, and Bryson just got a piece of that with his glove. Here's Finnegan with it. Toronto looking back to their own zone, leading 1-0 early in a must-win game. Here goes Levko Copper. Might be a 2-on-1. He has Coffey with him. Copper sent it wide. And now a penalty will go the other way, and the Greyhounds will see their first power play of the afternoon. Here we go. Face-off will come. Left side of the Toronto goal. Here's the face-off. One back by the Greyhounds on their first power play. Here's Carlisle in front. They score! It didn't take long. Both teams with a power play goal. And we're even at one early in this opening period from Toronto. Marco Mignosa will get the goal at 4:36 of the first. Good passing by the Greyhounds. They win the draw, and then here's the open lane. The pass in front. Bryson can't get the pad over in time. Tie game. Toronto Wildhounds must win these games, and they just blew their only lead so far tonight. Here's the pass ahead to Frasca, taken back by Kevin Nicholson, and Nicholson looked to take off. That was Alex Lash. And now Cloutier to Frasca. Didn't take the shot. The Hounds will try to go the other way with it. Ryan Woods looking. He has Cleaver shooting. He's stopped by Schenkel. First save of the night for the Greyhound netminder. Here we go. Face off. One back. Greyhounds with control. They carry it through center. Virgilio, it's taken back by Nicholson. Here's Wood. Cleaver. And here's Luke Cleaver. Took off on the bounce. Cleaver scores! Oh, what a shot! It's his second of the night. And Toronto's back in front. 2-1. So a big goal to put the Wildhounds in front, 2-1 in this first period. Luke Cleaver with his second of the night. First one may have been a little bit of a gift, but nonetheless, he has another here to put his team back in front. Here's Virgilio, looking up ice. He'll find help in Frasca and over the line. Trying to get that to the front of the goal from the corner. He does, and he shoots, and he stopped. And the rebound hit the post. It's on the line. Where is it? And Bryson gets back to it. Oh, my. The Greyhounds are surprised that did not cross the line. It was sitting right on the line after Bryson made a huge save. Desperation down and out. It ricochets off the back of his stick and lands on the line, and no one could find it but him at the last moment. And the Hounds lucky to keep a 2-1 lead. Here's the face-off. One back to the point. Kurashev, that's blocked. Got it back. Fired it wide. Beck with it. Fires again. That's stopped by Bryson. Thrower. Up on the wing for Riley Lawson. And here goes Lawson with a step in. Knocked off the puck that time. And stepping into the rush was one of the Greyhounds, Allard. And here he comes with it now. Allard shooting. Thrower took it away. Here's Dalton. Thrower. Might be a 2-on-1. Here's the pass and the shot. They score! 3-1. It's Max Renfro. Must-win game. What a first for Toronto tonight. This is a great pass, an even better finish, just sneaking it past the goaltender inside the left post. And Toronto, after blowing their only lead, they now extend it to 2. They score 2 in a row to take a 3-1 lead in this one. Here's Allard to Karki in his own zone, just trying to get it out. The Greyhounds will face Toronto again back in Sault Ste. Marie. That's next game. Here's Kurtasev ahead from McConnell. Barker moves in and shoots. And Bryson made a good save. In the corner now, picked up by the Hounds again. Through center they go. 3-1 leading with 4 to go in this first period. There's a pass to Lawson. Here's another! And a big save this time by Schenkel. Allard. And the Hounds shaking their heads. They thought they had that, but just getting a piece of it was Schenkel. Lawson across the thrower. Back inside come the Wildhounds. From the corner out front, there's the shot, and it's right to the chest of Schenkel. Played it down instead of holding on to it, and that could have been trouble, but now it's sent out. McConnell Barker down the right side, stepping in and shooting, and Tyler Bryson made the save. Thrower. We're inside the last minute of play here in the first period. Here's Danton Coffey stepping in. Coffey breaking, and he just missed the net. 3 seconds to go in the period. Jackson, a backhand shot, easily fought off. That'll end the first. Toronto 3, Sault Ste. Marie 1 after 1. Shots are goal in the game are 9-5 Toronto. They lead 3-1 through 20 minutes. Hits are 3-0 Greyhounds. Face off 6-3 Greyhounds. Both teams 1 for 1 on the power play. It's 3-1 after 1. Welcome into period 2 tonight from Fantico Coliseum. The Wildhounds in a must-win scenario. They need 6 wins in their remaining 8 games. 3-1 lead after 1 tonight. After coming off back-to-back very ugly losses for them, 6-3 and 7-4. Here's Karki ahead to Allard. Now Allard in over the line. Going to the net with it. Winding and shooting. That was blocked by Finnegan. And Toronto turns it up ice. Here's Thrower. Might be a 2-on-1. Looks for Coffey. Found him. The shot. And it's handled by Schenkel. The 10th shot on goal tonight for the Hounds. Here's Beck. Greyhounds now with a look. They'll fire it right on Bryson. He made the save up top. Coffey for McCoy. Ryan McCoy can fly if you give him the room. Here's McCoy. He'll step in. Tight quarters. Fed it out front. Nobody was there. Karki did a good job of reading that. Here's Allard back inside. To the attack, it's the Greyhounds. To the front of the goal, stop. And the rebound bouncing away, and it finds Ryan McCoy, who's off again to the races. This time he'll just chip and chase. As Karki bumped in the corner. Kurtasev being handled. Sent it up the board side from McConnell. Barker. Here's Allard and out to center. Here's banks that back off the boards. Copper steps into it. Here's Levko. Copper! Kicked out by the left toe of Schenkel. The best chance this period for the Hounds, and now McConnell Barker the other way. Stepping in down the right wing. He's stopped by Bryson. Almost halfway, still 3-1. Bouncer in the crease. Cleaver with 2 goals on the night, and a power play going to Toronto up by 2. They're 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Luke Cleaver with the power play goal. He got it started for the Hounds in the first before the Greyhounds tied it on their power play. And then Toronto would respond twice more to grab a 3-1 lead. Looking to make it a 3-goal lead now, but they need to get a handle of the puck. They do. Here's Owen Carr shooting. He's kicked out by Schenkel. And Cloutier gets that down the ice. Cheers back to collect. We're hitting the halfway mark in this one. Toronto 3, Sault Ste. Marie 1. Woods for Owen Carr. Here comes the power play again. It's been solid the last few games. Here's another pass, and that one jammed low. It's Coffey. He'll feed it out front. Nebraska will get it out. Under a minute to go in the power play. Hounds had some good looks and tight, just weren't able to finish. Here's Carr with it again. Owen Carr down the right side. You can't give them that room. They do. Drop pass. It's Coffey getting the shot away. It was handled. Kept in here. Coffey to the front. What a save again. And it rolls to Schenkel. He'll cover. 9:06 to go in the second. Schenkel has walked in since that first period. Toronto leading 3-1. Shots on goal in the game are 14-8 Toronto. This is exactly what you want to see from this club late in the season. This is the kind of play that they need to play. As here's the shot. It's handled, and there is Agostino just getting it out ahead. Mignosa out of the box. It's a breakaway. He's in. He'll shoot. Bryson the save, and the rebound got away. Copper to Cleaver. Cleaver has 2 goals on the night. His best start in a while. Now the Greyhounds, another big stop made by Bryson. His best tonight. Here's Luke Cleaver. They haven't been able to shut him down yet. Here he goes again. He scores! Hat-trick, Luke Cleaver! It's a 3-goal night for the kid, and it's 4-1 Hounds. The fake, the sidestep, the delivery, absolute beauty for Luke Cleaver to outweight Schenkel and the Sioux Greyhounds defense right in front of him and undress him for a 4-1 lead. Face-off one back. Here's Karki. Looking ahead, it's picked up by Hayes. Hayes gave that away. Denicino moves in. Center, they score. Just like that, they get one back. It's 4-2. And the goal is going to go to Brady Martin. It's goal number 3 on the season for him. Late in the season, he's not much of a scorer, but he has one here as the opportunity presented itself. And moments after Toronto went up by 3, it's right back to a 2-goal lead. Here's Curtisea to Karki. Now Denentino. Martin. Denentino stopped by Bryson. A huge save. Now Josh and the Hounds turn it up ice. Here goes Josh. Wild Hounds inside. There's the pass. Great one. It got through, and now it rolls to Schenkel, and he'll cover. 3:39 to go. Middle period. 4-2 Wild Hounds. If you're with us, we hope you're enjoying. Much needed win for this club tonight, and they'll be back in Sault Ste. Marie to take on the Greyhounds again tomorrow night. To finish the season, they'll have a 3-game and 3-day span. They went 1 for 3 on their last, and they cannot afford to lose 2 games. Otherwise, there's no playoffs for them this year. Here's McConnell Barker, and brought in here. He'll bring it in. Center to the front, off the post. What a chance. But a hit iron in behind Bryson. Now the Hounds look to turn the other way. Josh knocked off the puck. The battle won by Karki, and he'll carry it to the middle of the ice. Now in over the Toronto line. Sent to the corner. Thrower picks that up. 7 seconds to go in the period. Beck kept it in. Center. McConnell Barker. They score! A one-time bullet. With just 2 seconds to go in the period, the Wild Hounds couldn't clear, and it's now a 1-goal game. 4-3. Exactly what you want to see from the Greyhounds in response. Toronto Wildhounds can't do much on that. That's a perfect one-time finish. And the Wildhounds will bring a 1-goal lead into the third now. They were 3 seconds away from bringing that 2-goal lead into the third. Shots on goal in the game are 16-13 Toronto. It's 4-3 Toronto after 2. The hits are 6-2 Greyhounds. Face-offs 11-5 Greyhounds. Power plays 1 for 1. Toronto 1 for 2. 4-3 Toronto. We go to the third. Welcome into the third period tonight. Wildhounds losing their first alternate game 6-3 tonight. They're in possession of a 4-3 lead on home ice after 2 against the Sioux Greyhounds. Pass ahead. Here's McConnell Barker. He'll bring it back in. Both these teams fighting for a playoff spot, but Sioux is in possession of the last wild card spot. As here goes Ryan McCoy. You can't let him go! And he's stopped by Schenkel. Coffey with it. Well, you can see McCoy just hesitated for a split second, and I think that's what allows Schenkel to get in position to make that save. He could have used any other move, and it probably would have been a goal. You're right. Here's Beck. He's stopped by Bryson, and the bouncer in the paint. Cleaned up by the Hounds. Finnegan for Coffey. Here goes Dancing Coffey. He has McCoy ahead. The pass finds him. The shot. Trying to go upstairs. Schenkel has that with almost 5 gone here in the third period. 4-3, Toronto. Well, loving these new Wildhound alternate uniforms. I think they are tonight as well. The gold, red, blue, and black. Very nice touch. Lash shooting. Schenkel from the high slot gets the glove up again. And Kaki played it back to his own goal, and Schenkel once more will cover up. Well, if you're with us, it was a dominant Toronto performance. They had a 3-1 lead. Or sorry, rather they had a 4-1 lead. And here's a pass. Thrower shoots. Schenkel again. And then a broken play right after the 4-1 goal made it 4-2. And with seconds remaining in the second, the Greyhounds responded with 2 of their own to make it 4-3. That's where we stand in this third period midway. Pass for Thrower. There's a shot atop Lash in front, the own Hound. As Curtis Sam will carry it out with Allard up the right side, in over the Toronto line. Allard going to the net. He's stopped by Bryson that time. Lash in the corner trying to dig it free. That's Woods who tried to get it. McConnell Barker fed it to the point. Kardaseyev. Here's Beck. McConnell Barker, and that one was stopped. Hounds trying to get it out. They still cannot. Now Thrower to Lash. Pass finds Claver. He has 2 tonight. You can't let him go. Luke Claver caught up to at the last moment. Great job there. He has 3 goals tonight. A hat trick on the afternoon. As Cloutier shrugged by. Here's Cloutier again getting a shot blocked. Frasca's in, and he's stopped by Bryson. Here's Luke Claver. Taking it up the left side. It's been a solo mission for him tonight. He'll step in again, and he's stopped by Schenkel. It's been all Luke Claver tonight. Here he goes again, and he stopped, and another opportunity doesn't go. And that's back down the ice. 7 to go. 4-3 Toronto. Picked up by Finnegan. Pass finds Carr. Off the bench comes Riley Lawson for Toronto. Looking for reinforcements. There's the pass. There's another, and a big save, and Schenkel keeps it 4-3 with 5:30 to go. Still within reason here of a comeback for the Sioux Greyhounds, as long as their goaltender could stay sharp here in the remaining minutes, and his team can tie it up. Here's Carr down low. Hounds don't want to tie. They want to win this game. And Cloutier will take it out. Cloutier in over the Toronto line. Whining for a shot. He got it away. It went wide. Under 4 to go. Shears sends that back behind his goal. Penalty going to Sault Ste. Marie again. Magnosa heads off. Toronto's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. A goal here could be the dagger, in which gets them within 5 wins of a playoff spot. Here's the drop. One back by the Greyhounds. McConnell Barker, all he can do is get it down the ice. That ricocheted off the back of Shears and all the way down. Toronto back to collect. Owen Carr has it now. 3 to go. A minute and a half of that will be on penalty kill. Here's a great pass and a better save by Schenkel. Another pass. They score! Oh, what a pass and what a finish. Owen Carr, power play goal. 5-3 Toronto. It's a power play goal, the second of the night for Toronto, and they extend the lead to 5-3. The late goal that they needed, they do indeed have. And they're up by 2 late in this third period. Here's Coffey. Hounds in again to the attack again. The pass just missed. Now McCoy sends that back. Nobody was there, and the Hounds look to take advantage of it. They're going to pull the goalie if they can. That was turned over. Coffey's going to chase it down. Danton Coffey's in, and he stopped. Here's Copper to pass across. That's cut. And here's Denantino. With time running out, they're going to pull the netminder. Here comes Martin. In over the line, going to the Toronto net. Hayes shooting it right on. That was stopped. Nicholson in the corner. It's dug free by the Hounds, but they can't get it out. Now Montroy, he's stopped. Levko Copper picks it up. A lot of the Greyhounds chasing him down, but he'll take right to the net. Here's Copper. Scores! Empty net. 6-3 Wildhounds. Much needed win. They get it tonight. So the Wildhounds ice the cake here tonight. 6-3 over the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. Here's one last chance. Joey Caremore trying to get it backhand in on goal. It doesn't matter. Wildhounds win it 6-3. And playoff hope still alive for now. Down to 5 wins. So the Wildhounds come away with the victory tonight. Your final score from Fantico Coliseum. The Sioux Greyhounds 3, Toronto Wildhounds 6.